is driving the questions and everything like that, so just keep following it that way.
It shouldn't be done. But the desire to be the best, the passion to rise above the rest, has pointed these podcasters on a one-way path to fulfill their destiny. This summer,
let's just cut this
from
shit.
the creative minds behind the fantasy footballers.
You okay? Alright, cut it then.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody. Welcome. I'm Commissioner Babs. This is episode 2 of the Legend Lawtown podcast.
Did the first one really count?
Well, it was a pilot episode. You know how pilot episodes go. It's either hit or miss. Unfortunately, Spring Sproles couldn't make it. He has a visa issue right now, stuck in Vietnam. Hopefully get back in his country, but thank God to Donald Trump, he's going to keep him out. We'll see how it works out. I do have a little information from him later on. We'll get to that. But I'm blessed to have champions right here next to me. This is our 6th year, and there's 3 championships between the two right here. You have the 2013-14 champion back-to-back RedZone, and over there, the 2015 champion SpreadSheets, both who I lost to, by the way. Guys, welcome to the show. Glad to have you. Glad that our only fan, Willie Cox, will see you.
Glad to be here, you know.
You want to say anything? Start it off.
No, let's talk about football.
We have a couple things today.
I'm not here to talk about the past.
Okay.
I've been there, done that. Sheet's been there, done that. You've been there, lost that.
Just by the way, watch that hand, because I do not want to be touched at all. Because if you fucking touch me, you will literally lose a first-round pick. I'm not even joking.
I already don't have a first-round pick, so we could talk about that whenever you want. I already traded out of the first round.
So guys, we have a lot to talk to today. We have our team recaps. Dupe, our champion from last year, which would be very interesting to talk about. TGunz, which we'll get to a little bit later on.
Dupe is the champion, but when is he going to show his face to get the trophy?
Well, the person that's supposed to get the trophy should have given it to him already.
It's complicated. I think we might give Dupe's trophy to his girl, because Dupe can't show his face in public without his girl. On to football, sorry.
We also have to talk about quarterbacks. As you can tell, Brady, Winston, and Rodgers, top 3 that's going to be going this year. But first, let's talk about the draft itself. So the last episode, we already know that 3 picks have been made, which, by the way, I've already traded Zeke Elliott. Got out of that little sticky situation. Some aren't happy about it. But unfortunately, one of our league members, Willie Cox, can't show up August 20th for our draft. We tried rescheduling it, this and that. So we're stuck doing 2 picks a day, August 1st, all the way to the 18th. You already have the timeout. What's going on?
Wilcox might be able to make it because as of today, Donald Trump kicked all the transsexuals out of the military. So maybe Wilcox might be out of the military and he might be able to be there at the August 20th draft. So we will see about that.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, folks.
So hopefully that comes before August 1st, because otherwise we're going to keep drafting. So Trump, if you're listening to this, get this done right away.
Do your thing.
But otherwise, guys, it's kind of sucks. The draft's ruined, like in a way. Like when we come to the draft day here, when we start drafting on this floor,
it's not ruined.
It's for.
So let me get on my soapbox a little bit here.
It's puffing out his chest.
We got. I can't
Get all
help it.
excited.
I can't help it. It's fantasy football season. Come on. So having 12 hours to make your pick, really, I mean, it's we're making the best of a bad situation. One of our league mates can't be here, but having that 12 hours is really going to make every pick count. So I really think it's going to mean something to the rest of the league.
Someone like me, I really like it because I'm a terrible drafter. It takes a man to admit that.
Yeah.
I don't win fantasy championships on draft day. I don't do it. I will trade rape my best friend. I will Bill Cosby the fuck out of somebody to get value, but I will not win the league on draft day.
I'm going to go on top of that as well. The first round, you already know what's going to happen. It's very rare that someone's going to get hurt. And we've seen that. Calvin Benjamin, Jordy Nelson, that gets hurt right during preseason. The first round is like, even if we did it, a week beforehand, it's good to have 12 hours to be very comfortable on who's your first pick.
I think a big point of controversy is going to be drafting before the preseason, but ultimately,
but again, I just said the first round, like it's barring injury, it can happen anytime.
The first 2 rounds are pretty much locked in. I mean, you're not going to see a huge variance in ADP at the top of the draft because people are looking for solid reliable players. So that's the way
And
it
I can
goes.
agree that round 3 will be the very iffy part
Here we
because
go.
there's going to be guys that are like,
That's where it's gonna get real
I want to
interesting.
wait to that third preseason game to see what's really going to go on.
Damn right.
And then there comes the injuries. So that'll make it
Where's
interesting.
like this year's Abdullah and stuff?
I'm going to say
Abdullah, whatever.
Abdullah or Abdullah.
Same
Abdullah.
shit.
Didn't he show up though big in the preseason?
We're
He
talking
did,
about
he
quarterbacks today.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get to the running backs in a little bit.
Yo,
That's the next episode. But just, again, going off of that as well, my gut feeling is that all the GMs are going to like this, that next year they're going to say, let's at least do the first round. Like the first round, I want to have 12 hours to make my pick. And I feel like GMs are going to
Well,
do that.
we're never doing that again. So
Send a rep. If you're not going to the draft, if you're not going to a draft, if you can't show up to an offline draft, send a rep or auto draft. Don't fucking call your picks in. Don't fucking bitch and complain about it. It's your fault. We set this months ago.
So this is going to be the intermediate
Whose
podcast.
man's is this?
This is the Commissioner Venting podcast. We'll do quarterbacks next week.
This guy puts on his fucking commissioner suit. He shaves his fucking beard. He got a little Hitler right there. This guy thinks his fucking commissionership is a dictatorship. That's bullshit. I'm the best commissioner of all time.
All right, we're
Best
gonna-
no. Best commissioner of all time? Are you fucking serious?
That's another podcast.
Who invented the offline draft? Who invented weekly payouts? Who brought the most competitive members in this league? But I've also brought back some very bad guys. All right, I digress. Let's go to quarterbacks, guys.
Let's do it.
Quarterbacks is this week. So, just breaking it down based on the ADP right now, the top 5, Rodgers, Brady, Breeze, Luck, Matt Ryan. Guys, which one of those top 5 guys that I just named will bust this season?
Matt Ryan.
Are you
Do you
gonna?
want
agree
to?
or should I
If you want to go
I
ahead.
mean, so Luck is in that top 5. We've already heard that he's going to start out on the PUP. If we count in the top 6, I guess you throw Wilson.
I said
there.
5, not 6. Can you just,
I'm
can we go with 5?
I'm just trying to educate. Some of our league mates need a little extra help.
They're all uneducated.
But I would agree that Ryan is the guy out of that group. If Luck is healthy, I don't think he busts
it's pretty
either.
much a toss-up between Luck and Ryan.
I wouldn't even count Matt Ryan as a bust. I would count him as degressing.
Right.
Yeah.
What did he throw last year for touchdowns?
Yeah, his touchdown rate
He
was
threw like
unbelievable.
over 35 touchdowns. He is not that guy.
He threw.
He's gonna come back to earth.
Let me just elaborate on that. He threw 38 touchdowns last year at a rate of 7% touchdown rate, which means 7% of his pass attempts were touchdowns. That was a league lead right there.
I also believe in the Super Bowl hangover. Look what Cam Newton did.
Yeah.
He was the top quarterback the year before,
Fair enough.
went to that Super Bowl, and he was a bust. I think Matt Ryan, same shit's going to happen.
I know this is quarterbacks, but their defense is gonna actually bring them to the promised land
That's
again.
a good point.
They have the fucking squad.
Yep.
It comes down to the playoffs. The playoffs
Yeah,
in the NFL
yeah.
in one game.
Yep.
Whoever wins that game is going to the bowl. In the NFC this year, it's gonna be it's gonna be fun. We already know the Patriots are going back to the bowl this year.
Obvious.
Who are they gonna face this year?
This is a Jets fan.
Who are they gonna face this year?
Who are they going to face out
Who
of
are
the
the
NFC?
Patriots gonna face in the
It's a
The
toss-up.
Saints.
I think it's a toss-up no matter what. I mean, it could be...
I have three
Say
teams.
them.
I got the New York Giants. That's my sleeper, obviously.
Yeah.
Green Bay is one of the most complete teams. And Atlanta is going to be they're going to be there.
Again, off topic here, but I think Brady's retiring. If they win a Super Bowl this year, he's done. And that's great if they play Rodgers, because it should be Green Bay and Patriots.
not
That
really
goes
off
back. That goes back to '96
He's a
to
quarterback.
make up for that, like a revenge game. But then also the Giants go out. Hey, I finally beat that team.
Bro, the Giants are dark.
But
horses.
we talk about Matt Ryan and say that he busts. The difference in points between the 6th quarterback and the 24th quarterback was only 65 points, and the 6th to the 20th was 33. That's like one game. That's like one good game. So he could be a bust, but he could still be like between the 6th and the 20th. You know what I mean?
I will say this, that I know you said there's only a 36-point difference, but if you average that out over a 13-week season, that's 2 or 3 points a week. That makes a difference, you know what I mean? I mean, this is a very competitive league.
I mean, if you
You're
have a
scraping
shitty
for
team
points.
that you're barely scrapping by,
I would
Scraping
just
for points. You're
if I
always
was you,
scraping
I
for
would just
points
shut the
in this
fuck up.
league. Fair enough. I'm going to try and do that.
You're playing Russian roulette with the full.
like I
fucking
get it.
clip.
Like you play Howie
Barrel.
last year, and it was like 150 to 149. Yeah, those 2 or
It
3
happens.
points are gonna matter.
Look.
to someone like me, I'm winning by double digits no matter
For
what. Like
somebody
it doesn't matter.
That's been there.
I'm wearing
I think
the
you
fucking
should- I think
dress.
you should. There is a dress involved, but however, I think from some people that have been there, I know we have varying opinions. I respect the rest of our league mates. I know some of them have struggled, and we'll get to that later.
So, can I run down some stats right now from last? I know you have all your sheets. SpreadSheets has all the sheets.
Go ahead.
He prints out 10 years of quarterback stats.
It's
Yo,
important.
fucking Dante Culpepper over here. He's gonna make a comeback this season.
You gotta
He was
know.
one of the top quarterbacks. Listen, last year, I want to run down a couple stats, and I'll ask you a question.
Sure.
The touchdowns last year, top 5. Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, making that top 5, and Andrew Luck.
And that was without his best weapon, too.
And that was his best weapon, Keenan Allen. And with Antonio Gates, who's getting very old, too. Yards, Brees, Ryan, Cousins, Rodgers, Rivers, again, another top 5 staff for him. And then Stafford and Flacco, who both had over 4,300 yards. Completion percentage, Sam Bradford with 71%. But, you know, pass attempts and everything like that could skew the numbers there.
Yeah.
Breeze again, Ryan, Dak Prescott, Brady. And the QBR, Matt Ryan, Brady, Prescott, Rodgers, and Breeze.
QBR is a trash stat. It was created by ESPN. It's awful.
And that
Anything
trash
created
stat,
by ESPN is
and that
awful.
trash stat ends up making the MVPs, like for quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's
like
retarded.
that's what they go
It's a
off
dumb
of, which
stat.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, it's a dumb
I have
stat.
a.
It factors in
Oh no,
clutch
I was just
performance.
gonna say after naming some of that, who's your top 5 this season?
My top 5 quarterbacks.
Top 5 quarterbacks.
First of all, I can go on like a 30-second rant. If anybody
Do
takes
whatever
a
the fuck you
fucking
want.
quarterback in the first or second round,
It's happening.
they're
It's gonna
fucking
happen.
wrong.
It's gonna
They're-
happen.
They're wrong. Do what you
Why are they
do.
wrong? Why are they wrong?
Bro, you just named the difference between the number 6 quarterback and the number 20.
Do you want to know the difference between the number 1 and number 12? Because I can tell you that it's 110 points. That's a big difference.
No, it's not.
How's that not a big difference?
Name from the number 3 to the number 12. How about that?
I don't have that on me. right
Exactly. Bro, if you pick Rodgers or Brady in the top 2 rounds, which I hope you do, I will give you the keys to the castle. I want
Okay.
you to take those quarterbacks because I will not. I will take.
Let me go on that. I already have David Johnson on my team. That's minimum 300 points right there. Let's say, barring injury.
If he tears his ACL, he gets fucking 2 points.
But
I don't even wanna hear it.
No.
No. I really don't give a fuck.
David Johnson scores 300 points, and I get Aaron Rodgers, who scores 400.
First of
That's
all-
700 fantasy points right there. It takes about 1,400 to make the playoffs. I'm halfway there already with 2 players.
All right, but you're a fucking dweeb, bro.
How am I a dweeb?
Dude, you're a stupid idiot.
Okay,
If
Jared,
anybody
go.
takes-
All right,
Hey,
Jared, go.
Listen to me. A quarterback is taken in the 3rd round at best. This guy took Aaron Rodgers, the first pick of the draft, 6 years ago, and he fucking missed the playoffs.
I was 8-5, and we only had 4 teams that went to the playoffs back then. 4 teams. I would have
missed the
made
playoffs.
it.
You missed
I was
the
in
playoffs.
6th place. I would have made the playoffs that year. I was still 8-5.
Can I just?
Yeah.
Let me just interject.
Go ahead.
right
And your
here.
parents wouldn't have made you if your dad pulled out.
My mom should have swallowed. I agree.
All right, guys, we're getting a little
No.
too personal here.
First of all, he asked me the 5 questions.
understand.
I didn't answer yet.
All right, let's go.
My 5 quarterbacks. I'm gonna go with Tom Brady, number 1. Aaron Rodgers, number 2. Drew Brees, that's a big drop off right there. Number 4, don't quote me on this. I'm taking Jameis Winston from the Tampa Bay Bucks. Number 5, Andrew Luck. Barring injury, the motherfucker's gonna be there. He got the most weapons out there besides Rodgers. That's it.
The Patriots don't have weapons. Okay.
No,
So go
they
ahead.
have- they have
no, they don't
every-
have the most weapons.
No.
Go ahead. What do you got
They don't
over there?
have
What do you got? What do you
It's
got
all
over
right.
there?
It's all right.
The running backs do this.
So I didn't order them because I think it's hard to argue that last few points.
You don't have to put them in
Very small
order.
Variance, the top 5. But I got Rodgers, Brady, and Breeze. That's a lock. They're set. Unless they're injured, they're going to be in the top 5, no question. And then I actually have Russell Wilson and Andy Dalton, which is
Andy Dalton, baby.
which maybe comes as a shock, but if you look back at previous fantasy seasons, he puts together amazing fantasy seasons. To be honest, he's a touchdown
Andy
machine.
Dalton?
Andy Dalton. I'm going to sneak him into the top
Is his
5.
O-line
That's an
gonna help him out this year?
I sure think so, because I think Joe Mixon brings a lot to the table. I think that running game is going to be legit.
You know, Dalton was sacked the second most last year, 41 sacks.
Yep, I'm aware of that. I'm sneaking Danny Dalton way up on my board. He might be a little overprojected by me, but I'm sneaking him into the top 5.
Those drugs are still in your system from E-Force, I can tell you
happens,
that.
you know.
So those are the top 5. Guys, like we just said,
How about you? I want to pick your brain. What's your top 5?
I don't talk. My top 5, honestly,
Pick the top 5 ADP.
Yeah, that's all he's gonna do.
that's
this
what
guy
I will do.
fucking auto drafts.
I auto draft. That's what I gotta do.
Here.
Sorry,
Rodgers and Brady's. Brady's is gonna be 1 and 2. Brady's.
Okay, who's number 3? Everybody.
Nice jersey there.
My grandmother could have said Rodgers and Brady. She's fucking dead 3 years ago.
So for me, having the 14th pick, I don't care who's after that because I'm gonna take one of both. Because I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna prove you wrong. And I'm gonna take a quarterback right there, and I'm gonna show you I'm already in the playoffs.
Okay.
And I'll meet you there.
Okay.
If you can make it.
Fair enough. Okay.
Going 4-9 last year.
All right.
Okay.
Honestly, though, I think it's kind of hard. I think Bortles or Wentz, one of those two, will actually make the top 5 this year.
No
They'll
chance
just
of-
be on the cusp of that.
Let me
just
go on Bortles real quick. Bortles is walking into a situation where the defense should be improved. It's a very young defense. Was already getting up there. Game scripts are going to totally change. He was a garbage time quarterback. He's been a garbage time quarterback his whole career. They're walking in a rookie elite running back, a freak talent that they want to get involved every fucking play, dude.
He can also do this.
Okay.
So I catch it.
There's no way his production maintains from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he was a good fantasy quarterback. Last year, he fucking sucked.
Okay, he sucked, but
Can't
what
throw
was
the
he?
ball
What
on
was he?
target.
He was a QB1 though.
He was a QB1.
I understand that, but
He
to
was a
sneak into the
QB1.
top 5, you have to be a legit talent. When was the
Yeah,
last
he
time
did
was a
say
legit
top 5.
talent? When was
Do you agree that he'll be top 12?
I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay.
I think the game script is
But
going
he
to
had
change.
such a terrible season last year. He was top 12, so I feel like
Jacksonville is bringing in Doug Marrone becomes the head coach. The game pace is going to slow down.
But
Tom
Bortles-
Coughlin comes in as the vice president of football operations. You know he's going to fucking be smash mouth.
Bortles is training.
You know it's gonna slow
Bortles
down.
is training with the 2.
Bortles is not training for shit. He's awful.
He's training with the 2 quarterback coaches.
He's so bad.
He's training with the 2 quarterback coaches
He
who
needs
trained
garbage
with.
time.
He trained with the 2 quarterback coaches that trained with Matt Ryan last year. Matt Ryan ended up going
I
from the
understand.
bottom to MVP. Bortles is not going MVP.
Matt Ryan wasn't the bottom.
Matt Ryan has been in
Okay, so
listen.
if Matt Ryan's not the bottom, but yet Bortles is still a QB1 and he's training with those same guys, hey, you
Look,
never know.
Listen,
You never
I
know.
understand.
Bortles
He might
could
not be
fucking...
QB5. Like he might not be like top 5, but he could be like 7.
Well,
Like,
you
he's
just
still
said
there.
top 5, and I'm disagreeing.
I said he's
I
on the
don't-
cusp.
I don't think Bortles is top 5.
That's the side for cusp.
I think
guys.
he's a great value for where he's getting drafted.
Yeah,
he's probably
I
getting
agree.
drafted
He's
in
undrafted.
the 13th.
He's
12th.
undrafted.
Yeah.
Undrafted.
Right now.
In our league, Bortles will get drafted. If somebody picks him up as their number 2 quarterback,
Right.
he's gonna be there, Babs. I agree with you as he's on the rise.
No, we talk
He's
about
on the
Bortles.
rise.
We talk about Bortles. It's a sleeper.
Who's your
sleeper?
number 5? Because your number 5 was fucking
I said Wentz.
retarded.
I said Wentz.
That was just fucking
But that's a
stupid.
sleeper as well too. I think.
Okay,
Carson
I think
Wentz
you ate
has
too
it.
many
Not
fucking
a fan
Philly
of the Wentz
cheesesteaks. This guy fucking ate
I
like
love
14
Philly. I fell in love with Philly.
cheesesteaks.
I fell in love with Philly. I fell in love with. I saw Wentz. I was like, I need you.
We went
I need
off.
you.
We went
All
off
right.
on.
Yeah,
we,
you guys
hold
are
on.
at 18 minutes already.
Yeah, we went off on fucking. What's our Jacksonville quarterback? Fucking.
You don't even know
I
it.
forgot his name right now.
Chad
But no.
Chad.
Carson, yeah, exactly. But Carson Wentz I can see the potential to sneak up into the elite tier, I guess. But I just don't see.
He will be serviceable.
He does have weapons now. I will give you that. And I see Jordan Matthews stepping up and moving to the slot again. But at
Who's your
the same
sleeper?
time-
Who's your sleeper? That's at
My
the
sleeper
bottom?
quarterback?
Yeah.
I mean, I already put Andy Dalton in the top 5, so that's one.
Yeah, he's
But
down.
I will
there,
say the other one is probably Joe Flacco. I think Baltimore is really going to turn it around.
Yeah.
They've always he's at the top of the league in attempts every year, man. And I mean, I just think if he can put it together, I think Macklin's a good ad. I don't think he's a great wide
Danny
receiver.
Woodhead as well, having that other
Yep,
like.
I love
Yeah, I
Woodhead.
agree.
I think Flacco's a nice little ad there. I also have Eli Manning, which is an obvious
Yeah.
one. Eli has got all the weapons in the
Knowing
world.
our league.
Brandon Marshall is a first down machine. That will help them out a lot.
I totally agree. I think Eli is he has the potential to put up the huge fantasy stats, but he never really does it, so, which makes me hesitate.
Keeps those interceptions down, and
I don't care about interceptions personally. I mean, especially in a league where our league like -1 for an interception. Fuck it, man.
But if the points are very close like that, that's like
totally understand.
10 points.
I don't think either of you guys mentioned this guy. I just want to talk real quick, 2 seconds. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Yep.
He lost his 1 and 2 receivers.
Yeah.
But
he's gambling on himself.
The guy is still gonna
he's playing for that big ass contract.
He's got a good team. He's got a good team, man. I like that Redskins team.
Bro, that division is competitive every year. I don't even give a fuck if the division is shit. Redskins are bad one year. Dallas is good one year, whatever.
My worry is on contracts. Just going to talk about contracts real quick. You know how they say it's a contract year. Sometimes teams can fuck like with like players, and I feel like that. And I feel like Lamar Miller, that happened to him down in Miami. He's controlling the offense, Kirk Cousins, so he's going to do whatever he can to make sure he's worth money. Another guy on a contract year, Matt Stafford, someone that gets overlooked. He's on a contract year as well. He lost Bolden, but he still has Tate over there, Theo.
Bolden, he didn't sign with Buffalo either, did he?
No, I think he just visited.
He went to visit. Okay.
But he lost somebody. But again, Matt Stafford loves slinging the ball a lot. I mean, if Calvin Johnson,
he's a gunslinger.
If Calvin
We've been
Johnson
saying that for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So
he can ball up in any
He
game.
can ball the fuck out to make that contract.
My 2 cents on Stafford. He's a solid play.
Yeah.
I think he could finish 10th. Like that's like his cap to me.
But
like
you wouldn't start him every single week. Like you wouldn't.
Never.
Like you more
He's
like
a streaming quarterback.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would never want to draft him and be like, I'm gonna start this guy every week. I mean, maybe every year there's a guy in that 15 to 18 range that always is like, you're an every week starter this year. Yep. But it doesn't always.
If Calvin Johnson was still in the league, where would Stafford go in quarterbacks? Like, would he be a top 5?
Yeah, top 10. Top 10.
Top 10. No, just a top 10. Like, but just a
like
QB1
7.
every week. Like you'd always start him.
I don't even know about always starting, but matchup depending.
I mean, I would take the risk on him, but at the same time,
all right,
he could be. Wait.
Wait.
He could be average. He could be completely average and still get a big contract with the Lions. Because
I agree,
bro. I have a fucking announcement to break. I have this. I have that.
Do you want to make?
We're already at 20.
Should we do it on the next podcast or this one? No, we should do it on this one because I have a lot of shit to talk about for running backs.
I mean, we got all the time in the world.
True. It's a fact.
Willie Cox will watch it for 3 hours. We don't care.
We should do it this podcast though. But should we go into the team breakdown or should we break some news?
We already said breaking news. Boy, are I gonna leave him on a cliffhanger here?
I think Corey.
All right, we should do the team breakdown.
Okay, let's go team breakdown right here.
I need to get butted up a little bit because you guys ain't even fucking mad yet.
So
I'm happy.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking gay. We have Dupe. Let's talk about Dupe. So, my opinion about him, he didn't even get the draft his first 2 years. He didn't show up, like, the first year I think was at David's house, R.I.P. David, and he sent Fat Matt, right? No, so the first year was online, then Fat Matt, and then he showed up last year. And the year he shows up, he goes 9-4 and wins a championship. The 2 years that he doesn't even probably draft his team, and auto-drafted pretty much, Victor Cruz in the 5th round, for like Fat Matt picking him, ends up going like 4-9 both years. What do you think about Dupe? What do you think about just him coming down as like one of the lowest teams and winning the title? Do you think it's a fluke? He finally showed his face last year. He's finally flexing on everybody. He's starting to be active now too. What do you think?
I think it's a fluke. I'll come out and say it. I think Dupe is an amazing role model for the rest of the league. You know, get fit, be cool, you know, show up to the draft with your girlfriend, all that good shit. I just really think, you know, he was 4-9 the 2 years before that, and I understand he wasn't there for the draft. But the live draft is his new advent. At the time of the draft last year, and I know other people had less successful drafts, and everybody has their own opinions on who won the draft and blah, blah, blah. But Dupe, to me, is the type of guy that falls in love with players that are a little lesser valued than where they should go. And last year, I think he reached on most of his picks. I think it paid off because he dodged the injury bug. I mean, all props to him. Melvin Gordon got hurt at the end of the year, and he turned it into a winning season, and he turned it into a championship. And I can't knock him for that. Amazing year. But at the same time, I really think if he comes with the same approach this year, unless he dodges the injury bug again, it's just going to be coming down to that.
The thing is, he sits on his team a little bit to see what goes on. He does make the right trades. Like we'll talk about Howie on a different day.
Look,
Howie will not trade. Like
I'm not even judging his in-season management because I think he did a great job considering what he did with the draft. When he came out of the draft, I was really down on him. I wrote the draft recap last year. I gave him like a C or C plus or something like that.
Are you going to do that again this year?
Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb salad needs to come back. But I just will say I'm not sold yet. Is really what it comes down to. I mean, I guess when I come out and say it's a fluke, it comes out strong. But what I really mean to say is you got to show sustained excellence in this league, man. There's a lot of competitors here. You can't just have 1 year where you fucking skyrocket to the top. You got to stay above 500 at the very least.
He goes to the playoffs again this year, doesn't win a title. Where do you put him in terms of power rankings?
I mean, he has to shoot into at least the top half. You know what I mean? Because there's only so few titles to go around.
I was talking to Mike Turner, and Mike Turner still has him at 7. Even though he won a title, I'd still keep him out of the top 6. I think he needs one more year to prove himself that, hey, I showed up last year. I'm finally here. I'm finally active in this league.
I think this is a big year for Dupe because if he makes the playoffs again, it really says like, hey, dude, when I'm here, I'm a staple in this league, and that's a big statement for him.
What do you got?
I could write a book about David. I will keep it short. I'm very glad I brought him into the league. I wouldn't say
I brought him into the league, by the way, but go ahead.
I also agree, though, that he is a great addition to the league, regardless of our feelings on him.
I won't even give my opinion because you're going to cut me off.
I brought him into the league. I'm just letting you know the facts.
No, you didn't.
So he came in the league when I took over as commissioner, so I brought him in the league.
No, you didn't.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You guys
I'm not going to say it then. I don't have any interest.
All right, then. That's fine.
Okay, I will say it. Shut the fuck up. All right. I like David without fantasy football, but me and him don't have much in common because I don't go to the gym. He does. I get bitches. He does. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, me and David, we're really cool people. Very different, but we both bond with football. Me and him could talk football back and forth, this, that. The kid knows his shit. He's the youngest guy in the league. He came into a bunch of guys that know football, this, that, bullshit, and he won the league. I got to give props where it's due. And one thing I'm going to give him the most credit on, he's not that type that goes pushing it in somebody's face. Oh, I won the championship, this, that. He's humble. That's what it takes to win your second title. Me, I'm not humble. If I win 2 regular season games in a row, I might leave fucking voicemails on your grandmother's phone telling her, yeah, I beat your grandson's ass. I give the kid credit. I like the kid on the computer, on Yahoo, fantasy football, I fuck with Dupe. And he's coming for it again. If I don't win, I'm cheering for Dupe.
Dupe is probably one of the most humble champions that we've ever had.
It really is a great point, though, that he is the youngest in the league, and he stuck it out with all of us fucking knuckleheads, and he fucking won the title, bro.
Okay,
I mean, all props right there.
No, I give him credit.
Fuck out of here.
Dupe, very humble. That's why he deserves to have the trophy in his hands right now. But again, he's very humble about it. You know what? I'll just wait until I can. If it was me, I'd be like, "Where's my fucking trophy? I need to show everybody."
You will never win a championship.
You just like to disappear right in the middle of the podcast.
It's
right?
all right. We can handle it.
Hey, so Dupe, he has the 10th pick. What do you think he's gonna take right there? Dupe hasn't made any trades, I think, yet. Either.
No trades yet. He's among the few that have not made a trade yet, including myself. I mean, there's been a lot of rumors about Dupe being quarterback heavy. He loves the Tom Brady pick, but that could come back around to his second round selection.
Shit.
I will say
it's coming right back.
Shit.
I said that I will break some news today. David, I think we have your trophy.
Oh, that's pretty.
Is there plates on the side there?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Why don't you try to show that up to the camera, which will probably come out to nothing.
Yeah, we cannot see that. I will take pictures for the
Don't
group.
take pictures.
I just want the league to know that I'm legit and I got the trophy for us this year.
Looks great.
You can hold that because you won it after me.
I got one
Can you
side
read
of
it off for us?
Yeah, man. 2012, we got David, who's no
R.I.P.
longer with us. He died. RedZone Corey. Shit, fuck. 2013. RedZone Corey. 2014. 2015. That would be
This guy.
SpreadSheets, Alex K. And then 2016, our champion, Dupe, David D.
Come get your trophy, bro.
If you want your trophy, come get it.
Come
you have
get
to
it,
come
buddy.
to the commissioner's corner and you can get your trophy. I'd love to do a trophy presentation.
It looks
for
great.
everybody.
It looks great. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Bro, the feeling,
It's great.
I'm not touching it.
you will never touch it.
I will never touch it then.
Bro,
I can't touch
the
it.
feeling,
I can't touch
it feels real. I feel like the Patriots right now.
I know, dude. Just give it a little
Beautiful.
saliva.
It's a great trophy.
That
And
shit
I hope
feels,
that,
it feels cool.
Yeah.
We're going on our 6th season, guys, and I hope that this goes to 20 seasons. I mean,
Hell yeah.
how many seasons can
Can
that
we
hold?
put it right here for the
Absolutely.
rest of
my
the
man.
podcast?
Absolutely.
Let's put it close to Babs, but not close enough because you will never get
I think it should be
Maybe we should
between
put
you
it
guys
between
because
us. That'll make a
That's
lot
the
of sense.
smartest
it makes
thing you
more
said all
sense.
day. I don't want
I've
to
been
block
trying,
your beautiful face though.
Nah, you
It's
should.
so beautiful.
Your nose might break the trophy.
Who do you think that Dupe's going to take at 10? Dupe's 10th pick.
He's definitely gonna go for a running back. I already know who he's gonna take.
You don't believe the hype of the quarterback pick for one of his.
If Brady falls to him, Rodgers.
He's stupid, but he's not that. No, I'm just
Nah.
kidding. He's stupid.
So
No,
he's
not gonna take a quarterback. He's gonna go running back, and I could tell you the running back that he's gonna go for, but I'm not gonna tell you. He's gonna go for a running back,
That's dedication to him.
and the running back wears a number that is in the 20s.
Devontae Freeman.
How about that?
Fournette, Jordan Howard, J.J.
Every running back,
Everybody.
every running back between like picks, freaking 9 through like.
You know a little
20.
inside knowledge. Can I get some from you? Is Duke gonna make a trade for the draft, or is he
Bro.
he's kind of just content on
Nah,
this
he's
draft?
not gonna make a trade. He won't make a trade. We just passed 31 minutes too, so hurry up.
We're in overtime right now.
OT.
Hey man, we got time. We're made of money.
Let's go over to TGunz. I can say a bunch of things about TGunz.
Yep.
I want you guys to go first.
Yep.
Sheets, what do you got about TGunz?
You know, TGunz is one of my oldest friends. I don't have a bad thing to say about him personally. However, his record kind of speaks for himself. I mean, he hasn't been up to par, to be honest. I mean, I love the guy. He needs to step it up this year. I think this is going to be a big year for him. He's talking a big game. He's talked to me personally, just like Corey has inside info on Dupe. I have inside info on Tom. I like it. I like where his
I
head's
have
at
inside
right now.
information on the whole league.
I know, but this dude is a fucking snake. So the difference is,
Kevin Durant.
I'm really trying to feel out where Tom is. I think so far TGunz has the right approach coming into the draft. Who knows if it's gonna pay off? I think this is a big year for him though. Like he's really got to prove himself and establish himself. He's been very dedicated to the sport of fantasy football. He just hasn't seen the results yet. So I don't know where we're gonna go from here.
Corey.
I can't say enough good things about Tom.
Yep.
He's a really nice guy. But in fantasy football, can we all agree nice guys finish last?
Ooh. What about Dupe?
Dupe is a nice guy, but he's kind of edgy. Like, if you tell him he takes steroids, he will get in your face.
He
and
might
say,
hurt you.
No, I don't. Blah, blah, blah.
And he lives
Tom,
late. You gotta
if
channel that, right?
you say, oh, I'm not going to say anything mean. I don't have anything bad to say about Tom. Tom is a nice guy. On the freaking group chats, on the fucking thing, he will tell you straight up, like, he's the type of guy, he'll send you a trade, you'll accept it. His guy gets injured, he'll say, oh, bro, trade's off. Me, I'll say, fuck your feelings, trade's on, you agree to it, I agree to it, that's it. Tom has had terrible luck with injuries. He's had great teams on paper, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, but he was the guy that had AP when he beat his kid.
Yep.
Bad luck.
Yep.
I don't remember what he had last year because I took the year off last year. But
Yeah.
Tom's had bad luck statistically.
That's true. It's true.
I'll let the commission dig this guy a grave.
Hold on.
But I'm gonna say this: Tom's gonna win week 1 because he's playing this guy.
Let me before you do what you have to do. Let me just say this: that the nice guys finished last. Something I hadn't thought about until right now. The bottom 2 in our league, not counting O'Leary. I don't know how nice he is. Whatever. We'll get to that later. Maybe next week.
We already talked about it the week before.
TGunz and Baez are the bottom 2 in our league. Bottom 2 in win percentage. Pick 2 nicer guys in our league.
Yellow point.
You can't, bro. You gotta stand your ground and be a dick in this league, bro.
Hell
That's
yeah.
the way it is.
It's very true.
Go ahead, Commish.
Look at this guy. This guy is a fucking douchebag and a half. He's a douchebag, a fake douchebag. Because this guy would give you the shirt off his back and show his man tits if he had to. But bro, when it comes to fantasy football, this guy will fucking stab you in the back and ask you why you're fucking bleeding. That's how you should be.
That's what you gotta do.
It's what you gotta do, bro.
Tom Holloway, the person. We all agree. I listened to both of you guys.
I think
Best
he's a
guy.
fan favorite.
The best guy. Yeah, fan
Everybody in the
favorite.
league
Everyone
loves
roots for him. I root for Tom Holloway, the person. He's the greatest guy. He's done so much for every single person in this league, and vice versa. We'll help him out. We love Tom Holloway. At the same time, TGunz, the actual team, is the worst team in this league. He is one of the worst people. He's not people. I'm not gonna say people. I'm gonna say team. If I say people, it's his players.
Okay.
TGunz has brought nothing into this league. When I go back in time, he went 7-7 his first year, but he co-managed the team. That's not even his team. Just take that stat out of here. If I could actually go back in time, back when I took over as commissioner, I wish I left him out of this league completely. I think that he shouldn't even belong in this league. Because if you think about it, I brought in a couple good guys. I brought in Ton, who's like been at the top right now, who has the best winning percentage. O'Leary, I have a lot of hype on him, and I believe in him as well too. You brought in Dupe, and he won a championship.
I brought in this guy.
And
he won a championship. I brought in Zubra, David, and he won a championship. And then he went to Al Qaeda.
And I made two mistakes, and I've already talked about it last week, and it was Baez. At least Baez knows he's not a good team, and he'll admit it. I like that. At least he knows his stance. TGunz will come out here and say anything to defend himself. He gets very defensive. Yo, man, like he'll make his excuses. Whatever he has to do, injuries, this and that.
He had the best draft, though.
He probably will this year, too.
When he came back in this league, he's only one game better than Baez. After the season, he's going to be in the last place for winning percentage. If you take from 2014 on. If I could go back in time, I wish I never went to Market Basket. I wish I never signed him to a contract to come back in this league. I wish he was never even in this league at all. Does not deserve it. Does not do anything for competitiveness. And you know why? You know why? He's a coward. You are a coward. How many times have I invited you on and the commissioner's corner to defend yourself as an open talk to come on here, and you've denied it? Oh yeah, let me do all my stats. You probably looked at your fucking team the last couple years and you realize your team is absolutely garbage. Why the fuck would you trade out of the first round for 4 8th round picks? Like it's not gonna help you at all.
What? He traded out.
He has 4 8th round picks.
Here's. Let me step in.
Wait,
here.
time out. I didn't even know about this trade.
I don't have all the picks in front of me. Go ahead.
Picks, because we don't have the.
He doesn't have a first round pick anymore.
No.
Doesn't he have this pick?
He traded with.
He has 2 second rounds.
Doesn't he have this pick?
Yeah, he has your pick like in the second round.
It's fine.
In the second.
It's fine.
That's still second round.
Here's my viewpoint on TGunz. I've been in the gym with this boy. I grew up with this boy. Your constant antagonizing of this man is gonna create some ripples here, man. He's gonna be coming for blood
because
year.
he's gonna go in a downward spiral.
And that's why I said this is a big year for him.
So let me tell you,
this is gonna be. He's more motivated than ever. And you know what? If he doesn't provide it this year, then you're justified in your
I've already been justified for the last 3 years.
Listen, I understand his best record was when he was a co-manager. But at the same time,
7-7, not even over 500. Never been over 500.
At the same time, Baez hasn't been over 500, has he?
No. But let me tell you something.
Look. There are drinks.
We already went over Baez.
There are tacos in every league.
We've been over Baez.
Right now, it's Baez.
I already told Baez.
Someone has to.
And I'll say it again, Baez, dude. If you suck again, you're gonna be out of the league. Like I've already said it.
There is a motivation here. TGunz is coming. TGunz is coming. Beware.
Last year he went 4-9.
Week 1.
Can I say something? He went disappeared again. He's probably have another breaking news. He went 4-9 last year, and the 2 years before that.
We can't hold him down on the podcast.
2 years before that, he went 6-7.
Of course.
So he went 6-7, and he kind of was trying to make a comeback towards the end. TGunz, I'll give him credit.
Yep.
TGunz was already eliminated by like week 8. Like he was already like out of the picture.
I'll be honest.
And he would win his last couple weeks. Like that's sure. Like that happens.
Everybody has down years. I had a down year.
The fact is that I've invited TGunz to come on to talk with me, and I won't be an asshole to him. I'll let him speak, let him do what he's got to do, and he's never showed his face.
I understand.
He won't show his face, and he's a coward for that.
He will.
You are a coward. Nice guys finish last. You're always going to finish last. You're always going to finish at the bottom of the league. You're never going to make the playoffs.
Play that. Oh, it's still playing. Okay, never mind. No,
It's been
so
playing.
here's what I think, right? So TGunz is obviously, he's struggled. I'll give him that, right? But at the same time, he's coming for blood this year, man. And I think even
You
though
could say that about 11 other GMs.
No, I disagree. There's not the same level of motivation. Here's why I think that.
Here's
what I think.
No, because this
Listen
guy
to
over
me.
here who
Listen
went
to me.
4-9 last year has no fucking
Listen to me.
blood out. He
Listen
went
to me.
4-9. He came
Listen
in
to me.
last place.
Listen to me.
No.
We discussed this personally, right? The last 2 years of this fantasy league have been more competitive than any year in this league, no question. The whole competition of the league has stepped up a notch, no question.
So can I say something on
Let
that?
me.
No,
let me
because you
finish
just
my
said.
point. Let me
Because no,
finish
you
my
didn't
point.
let me finish
Let me
mine.
finish my
No,
point.
I'm gonna talk over you.
No.
I'm gonna talk over you because you said it got more competitive. TGunz last year went 4-9.
That's fine.
He actually had the same
I
bad
understand.
record as he did. He should have been in. He
Listen,
could have been in last
The
place.
last 2 years.
Got more. The last year was the most competitive year,
Yes.
and he got worse. Baez actually went 5-8 last year,
That's
and was
okay.
better.
That's okay.
So how about that one?
That's totally reasonable. Here's what I'm saying.
Who won head to
Everybody-
head? Tom and Alex.
Everybody has.
I don't have that.
Yeah, I don't have that either. However, here's my point, right? The last 2 years have really been a ramping up of this league. This league has been ramping up intensity. Shit, you guys are watching on the podcast right now. Here's what I think about that. The last 2 years may have been down years for Tom. And you know what? That happens to everybody. I've had down years in this league before shit got really intense. And you know what? I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think this year is a proving year. If he finishes under 500 this year, I'm willing to agree with you that he has been like a negative addition.
And this is why I have the podcast.
Right.
Because you're gonna go back on this,
No.
and I'm gonna be absolutely right.
You know what? He's my closest friend in the league, but at the same time,
You're just
I thought
defending
John
him.
was.
they're both my closest
You're defending him
friends, you know
because
what I
he
mean?
So
made
you
a
have two
stupid
closest
trade.
friends.
He
Yeah,
made a
we're together.
retarded trade last year with you for a tight end, where she could have kept it was like a Fleener and Rudolph.
You're
trade.
making shit up at this
It's not
point.
making shit up. Go
Like-
back and look at the
like,
points.
I know.
Go look back and look at the
Look,
points. And I'm
everybody
trying to
makes
help him.
bad trades. I've made bad trades.
I was with TGunz all last year trying to help him so
How
much.
is
and
this
he
man
just
gonna
does
judge
not listen to
everybody's
him.
trades? Look back at his
Week
trade history.
week one, TGunz is done. Then when week 12 comes around, which is already eliminated in the playoffs, I'm gonna bury him and show that I am the true best.
All right, guys. On that note, we're gonna conclude this podcast.
Pretty much. That's it.
Yeah, but I will say TGunz really has a
I
lot to
say
prove on
something?
this league, and I think that's gonna bring the best out of him because I've seen him at his worst.
Put the friendship aside, and
Yep.
I already put it with Baez. Baez, I've known him since 5th grade. I love Baez. Baez,
Yep.
I consider
We
him a
have
best
like
friend.
opposite relationships with those two.
I
GMs.
agree.
Yeah.
And we'll go with both guys.
Right.
And I said it last time. You weren't here for it last time.
Right.
If they both have another bad season, like a 4-9,
It's tough. It's tough.
do we consider moving on? Would you move on?
Me personally, I wouldn't.
But if we had someone else,
Okay, this is gonna sound really biased, but I would not.
Biased.
I would
Really
not.
biased.
No, I said biased.
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 With an S.
Go ahead.
I would not consider TGunz being eliminated. I would consider Baez because I don't think he brings enough on the consistency front. So he's not as active with the communication and the rest of the league as Tom is. But other than that, I think they're both great GMs, to be honest. I mean, not great in terms of record,
I
but
think I could say
but they
Baez
stay
has a
on
lot
top
of
of
injuries.
things. They accept trade offers. They stay on top of the waiver wire. That's all you can ask for in a fantasy league. I think our league is in impeccable shape.
Finish it off. What do you, just to end this conversation, do you have anything to say?
No, I don't have any comments.
Okay. The no comment. Bill
Understand.
Cosby does. All right. That's it for this episode. Went a little longer than expected, but that's what happens when you
45
have...
minutes. 45 minutes. is
It's
good.
not, you know what? It's a special episode because you have the champions right here the last couple years. Real quick, you went 4-9 last year. Are you gonna be back in the playoffs this year? The league really hurt without you last year, honestly. After week 4, and the activity went way down.
Alex, can you go in my bag right there, please?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Is this like a special?
This?
Oh, I already know what this is because I was.
I went 4-9, but I got my best friend a gift.
It says your name on it though. It says Corey.
It says my
Janelle.
name because I ordered it yesterday.
And I've heard what it already is because it came with the trophy, and it's straight ass, homie. So when they get these trophy, I get this trophy.
What is that?
It's a toilet. It's a toilet.
This is a toilet right here. This is the only trophy that this guy will ever get.
Let me say something.
Legends of Lawtown 2015 runner-up, straight ass homie.
So
Ryan Babikian, I would like to present this trophy to you.
So I'll take it because you know what? I didn't know becoming a runner-up in a league makes you the worst.
Not the worst, but listen, second place is the first loser.
So this is what's gonna happen. Week 1 against me and TGunz. Whoever loses owns this trophy, and going forward, whoever keeps losing owns the trophy after that. That's what's gonna happen. It's a straight
out drink out of that.
Little drink out of that. Little. You overfilled it.
That's the only trophy this guy will ever drink out of.
Yeah.
You will never
nice.
know what it feels like.
Did you spend it? This
will
is
never
nice.
know what it feels
This
like to
probably
be a
costs more than
champion.
that trophy. I like it, guys. That's it for this week. That's it. Next episode, we'll talk about running backs. We'll talk about 2 guys that are actually at 500. Howie Wilcox, Willie Cox. Shout out to Willie Wilcox. Always gotta give him a shout out. He's our
I will write a
subscriber.
fucking book on him.
And Howie, John Howie. We'll go on that next week. And running backs, which you said you already have a lot to talk about. We already went 46 minutes right here, so we'll see what goes on there.
A lot of info, bro.
Let's end this shit. Let's end this shit.
That's it.
Hey, great podcast.
Great job.
Good shit,
I'm
boys.
glad that you didn't
Great
swing or
job.
anything like that.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
Oh,
take
does that
shit.
count as a pick right there? He just touched your hand.
Oh,
Let's go.
all right.
Let's get it.
Thanks, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
God bless. Subscribe.